Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about evacuation and emergency plans in case we have a storm, a tornado, hurricane, just name it. You just never know what situation you may be in for your horses. We're going to talk about feed. You want to make sure you've got a 3-week supply of feed at least, of feed and hay. You want to make sure your feed is stored in an airtight, dry container where water and moisture can't get to it. You want to make sure you have extra buckets on hand. You just never know when you may need extra buckets. You've got to go in a hurry. I try to keep my trailer packed with extra buckets, so if I have to get out in a hurry, I can just go. Water, we want to make sure we have plenty of water on hand. A 50-gallon barrel filled with water stored in a dark, dry, actually a dark location, cool location. You want to keep the water cool. And remember that if your tap water is not good for you to drink, it's not good for your horse. Just keep that in mind. You want to make sure that you have at least 1 to 2 weeks worth of shavings on hand, a pitchfork, wheelbarrow to keep the stalls clean so we can keep everything as sanitary as possible. Identification. You want to make sure your horse is always able to be identified. I have a monogrammed halter that I can throw on my horse. You can get anything monogrammed on these. You can have your name, your telephone number, your horse's name, anything that you think might come in handy, put on this halter. That's a good thing to have. You can also have halter tags. You can have freeze branding, tattoos. You can also use a livestock crayon. That's a good thing. You can write on the side of your horse, and it should be waterproof. You can also use clippers to go in and clip your information on the horse. There's other ways you can identify your horse with. You can braid your identification, your name and telephone number, whatever you need, in the horse's mane or tail. But just make sure that you cover it in something that's waterproof, because if it gets wet, it's going to be damaged and you won't be able to read it. Keep current photos of your horse on hand at all times, on your phone, in your wallet, wherever. Also make sure you have your registration papers if your horse is registered, and you want to make sure you have, or even a bill of sale. You can have that. Any kind of proof will help get that horse back. You don't want to lose your horse. And if you have to, you want to always keep a first aid kit on hand. I keep a lot of stuff in mine. I keep a thermometer, I keep a knife, scissors, vet wrap, gauze, any kind of ointment or wound spray that you can put on there to help until the vet can get there. Also, I keep rubber gloves. You just never know. You don't want to, some of this stuff you don't want to get on your hands. I keep extra needles and syringes just in case that you have to administer any kind of drug. I keep a really good relationship with my vet, so I can get just about whatever I might need in any kind of situation. I keep stuff on hand for colic. You can have something if your horse gets hyper. You can also have a drug to calm them down, and that it's not going to hurt them, just to help you get through the situation. If your horse is on any kind of medications, a daily medication, you want to make sure you have extra of those, because if we do have a bad situation, UPS, FedEx may not be able to get in to get your drugs to you. You may not be able to get to your vet. So always keep an ample supply on hand at all times. If you have to evacuate your horse, you want to make sure your trailer is in good working order, your tires, your floor, and it's ready to go at all times, because you just never know when that situation may pop up. And also, you want to make plans ahead. Always have an evacuation route. Where are you going to go? That horse cannot sit on that trailer for 6 to 10 hours just standing there. You're going to need a place to go. So always have a game plan in place. I hope these tips help you. If you have any other information, please don't hesitate to give me a call here at Currituck County Extension.